trying. Ari, it warms my heart to hear you mention de minimis. I've been talking about that for many years before anybody had ever heard of it. And I'm glad to see that other people are now seeing the importance of it. I'll get to it a little bit later on. Antonio, we're a company that's proud to stand up and say we support NAFTA, and it's been good for FedEx and for our employees and for our customers. We're moving 12 million packages a day, and a lot of those are around North America. All of our customers shipping goods back and forth across the border. Mexico and Canada are our second and third largest trading partners. A lot was said on the other panel about the importance of this, but I think it's important to kind of lay out some of the facts. We do make things together, the U.S., Mexico, and Canada, and that is a great strength for all three economies. The fact that we have access to the unique value-added and competitive contribution of Mexico and Canada makes the United States that much more competitive. So it works for all three of us. It is a win-win-win. And it especially works for the United States. There are 14 million jobs in the United States that depend on trade with NAFTA, or with Canada and Mexico. And trade among the three countries has quadrupled over the 20 years since it was signed. As was said earlier, 40% of Mexican exports to the United States are American content. Peterson Institute has a study out that says that NAFTA makes Americans, or the United States, $127 billion richer every year. So it's incredibly important for all three of our economies. The automotive industry has been discussed a lot. I think it's the poster child for how the modern supply chain works and how integrated the three economies are. The average car and all the parts that go into it cross, the U.S.-Canada border, say, 7 times. A car seat article a few weeks ago talked about a simple car seat having component parts made in 4 different U.S. states and 4 different locations within Mexico. That's the integrated nature, and it's a good thing. It makes the United States economy more competitive, not less. And in fact, if U.S. manufacturers could not get access or had their access limited or prices went up to Mexican and Canadian value-added inputs, it would have severe disruptions to our supply chains. It would make the United States manufacturers much less competitive. Think about it, as someone said on the last panel, you don't realize something until you don't have it. I think we have 2 good examples in the last several years about how the disruption to supply chain, how bad it can be on business and the economy. The tsunami in Japan, if we remember that, the dramatic impact that had on U.S. manufacturers who were suddenly cut off from their component part suppliers, and the huge impact that had. Similarly, a volcano in Iceland years ago, when I was in Brussels, cut off airspace across Europe, and that had massive implications across supply chains that were relying on goods coming in from other countries on airplanes. And so I think we need to keep this in mind when we think about the importance of NAFTA. So our view is that the bedrock principle of NAFTA must be maintained, and that we should not erect any new barriers to trade among the 3 countries. That said, again, lots of questions about where we go from here and what can be improved, and if we're going to have a full negotiation or a partial one. As has been said, there are a lot of good principles, modern principles that have been agreed by Mexico and Canada, which could be implemented. For us, we've got one particular instance, and Ari talked about it, and that's, and I would refer to Doug's point as well, is making things more modern. I was going to do a slide, but I couldn't do it. This is, you can't see it, but this is a picture of the U.S.-Mexico border. There are 7 lanes across of trucks waiting, and the line going back goes to the horizon as far as you can see. The average truck crossing on the U.S.-Mexico border takes 17 hours. And it takes 3 different drivers just to cross a 1-mile space. One driver drives it to the border, they unhook the trailer, give it to another drayage driver, he drives it across, unhook it again, and then give it to the next driver who will drive it to its next destination. there's got to be a better way, right? We can use NAFTA to take advantage of all the technological advancements that have been achieved over the years and create a truly seamless border. Seamless, but not unsecured, right? Data and technology can both make the border more efficient and more secure at the same time. And we would like to see NAFTA take this on. You know, the U.S., we're the chair of the U.S.-Mexico CEO dialogue, and we've been working on ideas to improve the movement of goods across our southern border. And there's some great ideas there. Canada and Mexico have been doing this. There's an initiative called Beyond the Border that's been going on for years. They've made great progress. The U.S.-Canada border is efficient, and they've got some great ideas. NAFTA would give us an opportunity to take the best of those ideas, implement them on the border, make it part of the agreement, and really take a lot of cost and time out of the border crossing. Finally, mention de minimis. You may know that U.S. goods going into Canada, everything over $15 pays duties. Going into Mexico, everything over $50 into Mexico pays duties. Coming into the United States, it's $800. Anything up to $800 is duty free. And this is great for the United States. We did this because we saw it in our own interest. NAFTA gives us an opportunity to address this imbalance and create a truly global and powerful e-commerce platform where all three countries could trade, small businesses could sell to one another across the border. The United States would have a huge benefit in selling goods made here and imported here in the United States to consumers both in Mexico and Canada. It's a huge opportunity to modernize our trade relationship, and that's something, if we have a renegotiation with it, would